How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now today I'm going to be talking about, can you quit your job for trading, or should you quit your job for trading? Now I like to talk a lot about previous and current experience that I've had, so that you can learn from both my mistakes and my correct choices. And this one is something that I'm sort of kind of experienced in, but not so much as maybe what I'm going to talk about, but I still think what I have is valuable to say, and I've got some similarities that I want to talk about in this video. So as I said, if you enjoy it, stick around, subscribe, and let's get into it. So I wanted to first talk about my experience, right? So I started trading when I was 17, 18, something like that, around the same time. And I was working a job. Granted, it wasn't like your 9 to 5. I was working a job. I was a waiter in a restaurant, right? And I'd been doing this for like 2-3 years, something like that. And I enjoyed it. It was all right. Obviously, the money wasn't great. I think I was on like £6.50 an hour, which is maybe like $8 an hour, something like that for people in the US. But it was all right. And obviously I was trading at the same time, and I didn't quit that job for trading. What I did was I actually ended up going to university, and while I was at university I was building another business, which some of you obviously know, ODM Media, which is my agency or my content creation agency, whatever you want to call it. I was building that at the same time, and it was doing all right. I was making like a really small amount of money each month. While I was at university, I decided, instead of working at this restaurant over the holidays and then going back to it after I graduated, I decided that I would quit, where I had, a business that wasn't making really good money. And obviously at the time I hadn't been trading that long, so I wasn't like profitable or anything, so I wasn't making money from that. But I decided to quit the job, and what that meant is I could pursue my business and my trading at university, and then when I finished university, like now I've graduated, it will be full-time. So I don't work a job now. My full-time thing is my agency and my trading. Those are the two things that I do. Although I haven't necessarily quit a 9 to 5, I made the choice kind of before I got to that I was like not gonna go into one, and there is nothing wrong with them. Let me make that very clear. I think 9 to 5s, I don't even like calling them that, just normal jobs, perfectly fine. You can make a lot of money, especially in certain industries and corporations. It's less stressful, it's safer, it's easier to get things like mortgages because of that like consistent income. And ultimately, not everyone wants to do this like trading path or business entrepreneur path. That being said, if you're watching my channel, I hope you are, because otherwise I don't know why you're here. Yeah, so should you quit? What I think, and what I think a few people have also said, is yes, but only for two reasons. First reason is that you don't like the job, or you don't like the career that you're in, and a lot of people don't. But I'm not talking like, oh, I had to do this assignment today or this project today and I didn't like it. I'm talking like you wake up and you want to just not go in, and you hate it, and you got no interest in doing it in the future. You don't see yourself progressing in this career in the future. You just do it to make money. So I think that's the first reason. And the second reason is if you have like something sort of holding you up. So for example, it was my agency business, that would bring in money regardless of whether I made money or lost money in trading that month. Say you've got some side hustle, or you've got some other business other than trading that you're doing on the side that makes enough obviously to cover your expenses, but also it's sort of going to be able to allow you to live still. I think that maybe then you could quit your job for trading. But it's kind of it's an individual decision at the end of the day. I'm not going to sit here and tell you gotta quit your job for trading like some people do, because that is silly. As I said, 9 to 5s are very good, and it's not for everyone, this sort of lifestyle, so to speak. It is very stressful. But when I say it's on an individual basis, there are a few people that maybe fit better into this category than don't. So for example, if you're a person that is maybe a bit older, maybe you're in like your 30s, you've got a well-established career, but you also have maybe a wife, children, a mortgage, high monthly expenses and maybe like not too much savings, or maybe you've got debt or something. All of those are fine, obviously, because a lot of people are in that position. There's nothing wrong with it, but I would maybe then advise that you don't quit your job for trading, because you have people relying on you, you have monthly expenses that you have to pay, and maybe, as I said, if you have debt, you want to make sure that you clear that. You don't want to just full send trading with the hopes that you'll maybe clear your debt doing it, especially if you've not even done it before. So that's the first person that I would say quit your job for trading yet. Now the second kind of person is similar to that, but the difference is they maybe have a year's worth of expenses and money saved up, and that they've been trading for maybe 2 years. So they're kind of like, maybe they're not profitable, or maybe they're on the bridge of being profitable or not, and they also have money saved up, which means their family's looked after, their house is looked after, and they don't have debt, things like that. Then if you really hate your job, like I explained at the start, the 2 reasons why I would quit, if you really hate your job, for example, quit, you know, and pursue trading if that's what you want to do. Don't let me tell you to do that. This is not advice, okay, or financial advice or whatever. As I said, it's a very independent basis. Now, the last kind of person was maybe someone like me, where you're a little bit younger, you haven't quite got onto the like corporate ladder yet, or you're at university. This is where it's really up to you, because you don't necessarily have to have another business that brings in money, because you won't really have monthly expenses, you don't have dependents, and it's not like you're having to pay a ton of mortgages and things like that. You don't necessarily have to have money coming in. And also, because you haven't got on the corporate ladder, there's not really anything to lose. You can kind of like finish uni or do it at uni, send it, and just see where it lands. And so that's part of the reason why I did university. It kind of bought me more years to sort of see where everything goes. And now I'm in a position where I don't need to get a job. I can just focus fully on this and put all my time into it. As I said, it's a very dependent basis. If you want to quit your job from trading, it's possible. There are people that have done it. And as I said, I'm not going to sit here and sell you that I have like quit my job and done for trading. No, I was in the last category where I was younger, didn't have dependents, kind of thought I'm gonna send it. And so I just quit like a waiter job. But obviously that's not the same as like quitting a actual corporate job or a job that pays your bills, for example. That was more just for fun money, so to speak, and just build up some experience of working in that industry. So you do have to really plan it out yourself, because it is a big risk. Of course, you know, there's a lot of work involved, a lot of stress, and if you've got people depending on you, that's even more stressful. So think about it, work it out. You know, as I said, not going to give a definitive answer, because there isn't really one. There's one or a situation for everyone, and you just have to be comfortable in the decision you're making. No one else, just you. If you're happy and you think it's the right way to do it, you know. You only live once, and just don't be, you know, bull in a china shop and rush it and wreck your life. Don't want to do that. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, and I will see you in the next one.